for? I'm going to do it.
I don't know whether you did the
Okay,
games
go live.
Cascade last year or not. So I think I'm going to take the chance.
You're live. Nope, it's still just the screensaver.
They did. They did. Yeah, okay. Well, this would be a totally. Anyway, this is. So for us, I mean, basically, it's still pretty much.
Yeah, you see that like screensaver kind of look thing? So that's what I see on my end, but so it's countdown. Maybe wait a second. Video playback. There's other options on the side. There's a welcome. There we go. Should change. Welcome. Welcome to my school.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what I think I remember that because I think
so I turned on the volume, but you should see the field now practice. Okay, so then
anyway,
let me do.
I think your daughter's a senior now. A freshman there. Yeah, she was a senior.
It says replace. We can replace you. Welcome to my stream in the bottom left. We can. It says replace, but I don't know if we're going to do Table Sports or something.
Greg King, Arizona. Yeah.
So at least it's up to the podcast. Just the
yeah.
You there? You there, Joe? Oh, what's it? Okay, I see that now. You need to okay. And then there's other options on the left too. I see presentation, video playback, demonstration, Q&A, summary. So I wonder if I hit presentation. That's not presentation. It's just like person. Maybe video playback. I don't know. I don't like this. Let me hit video playback. Let me see what that is. Nope. Something different. All right. Well, we'll just go with this. And this there can be a. There we go. So then what we could do is maybe have the score underneath at least.
Yeah. We just.
I don't know, but I don't. It's pretty limited as far as graphics. Yep, I was choosing stuff to see what it looks like. So maybe what I'm gonna do is the lower third. I'm gonna put. It says a secondary text optional. So what I'll do is put like the teams and the score or something. I don't know. So there we go. All right, I'll get this going. At least we have that going. It's working. Cool. And hopefully we'll have the headsets on and we'll still hear each other, but hopefully it picks us up. We'll do our best. But if you just let us know if it's too low or we need to huddle in, maybe Jim and I can huddle in around be close to the computer. I don't know. Hopefully we'll be able to hear it, but at least they'll be able to see it. Okay. There's someone from Florida calling me. I'll try that. Okay. All right. Thanks. Right.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing I see you can do.
Hello, this is Aaron. Hi. How are you doing?
The camera. I think so. The camera, right?
Yeah. So the main thing, we are streaming right now. We had to go through. I was on the phone just with Joe. Now we went ahead and used Restream, and we are streaming. We got that. I don't know how great the audio is going to be. It's going to come through headsets or just computer audio. But the main issue is because with Table Rock Sports, we have our own YouTube channel, and when we are doing a new event, Joe will create that event just like you do. You create an event in YouTube, and you have your code, your key phrase, and all that stuff, your key code, passcode, and then you put that in. Well, we have no way. So when we accept the invitation and I have that, I can get into, which I have now. I'm into the UPSL's YouTube studio, and I see for this specific event, for this game, we have the key code and all that, but we aren't able. Sure. Okay. Basic. I don't know if it's going to come through here. We might have to just be here from the computer. We'll do our best. Because it didn't reflect like this software doesn't have these things. Well, it may not be that. So these coming through. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sure. Larry, can you hear me? Oh, Larry. Okay. Yeah, the main thing is, which we have when we create an event for our YouTube channel, our channel, Table Rock Sports, then we get the code for it and everything. We put that in, we stream it. Now, going through UPSL, what our issue was is we use Production Track as our normal software. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but we have nowhere in there to embed like the RTMP and all that, and the stream URL. So we can't. It would, if we did, we could create a new event, but it would be this game would go directly to our YouTube channel, Table Rock Sports. So it's just been that kind of disconnect. So we went ahead and went through Restream. We're using Restream, and it's working. We have video, but yeah, that's our issue. Have you ever had that issue? Or know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can
use your body as a percussion instrument.
Oh, totally. I've been there for a while. Different noises depending on different sides of my belly that I hit. You come right over the belly button, a little bit more hollow sound.
Graphics and audio. I don't think that's network picture. And are you able to get picture connected as an option for Restream? I only see it like the built-in things. Right.
So cozy. Love it. The kiddo's coming home next Tuesday. Sweet. Flying in.
Napa.
Yeah. Should be here for a week. So it'll be fun. Got my 24-year wedding anniversary on Monday.
It'll be at 29 in June.
It's only built in the speaker.
Yeah, it's been easy. Some rough spots, but
Yeah.
kind of funny. It's
How much is this? Your first time doing this?
Yeah.
So much. I don't know.
I mean,
there's
so much going on.
With the kid just coming to
We've got my family. We've got her for next year installed, so it's hard to make it match. Olivia, she goes to ECU, one in Utah. She's all across the country.
Well, you've got places to go.
How about that? Go visit. All I gotta do is figure out how to do my radio show on the road.
Our big segment stuff, Cascade has committed to play TCU first year.
Oh, no way. Really?
So, and I don't know Oscar Mountain.
Okay. 7 foot.
Yes. Yeah, we call them cheat code because it's like a cheat code.
Yeah.
He's
got the giant.
Well, they played season opening against Red River Wednesday.
Yeah.
123-17. And they weren't trying to do anything. Yeah.
No, you just run down and you shoot, and then other people come back and lose the ball. You run down and you shoot, and then all of a sudden you're 117.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
31 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 blocks.
He's good. I mean, I know you're dealing right now with such a small
Let's
scale.
put it this way, to give you a comparison. You know.
Yeah.
So I would say He's got a little bit of that athleticism that Nate doesn't have,
So we use production
but the
training.
skill sets are very similar.
Is there
He
a
can
way?
shoot
I
it from
don't know if we'll get it done.
he moves around really well. Can
Is
hit the
there a way to
ball.
possibly
He's taking once you got it to the next level, he just
Yeah, I don't know.
it's weird. That's what we really want to push. Then once
like
you
the
get a
stream
few years there and get into the pros, that's it.
Yeah.
1 or 2 years in the pros, you could be set for life.
Well, yeah. See Kyle Singler for reference.
Right.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
yeah, I would say being Kevin Durant's backup at OKC for a few years, not a bad gig.
Yeah.
We'd stick in ditches for a living.
Yeah, for real. And that's it. You just get in there, make some connections, network, and play a year or two. So that opens up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, good for
A lot
him.
of
So I
guys-
guess for just right now, like I said, we have
Austin Miller, yeah. His dad, his grandpa played in the NFL way back. He founded our football. Yeah. And then his son Marty played tight end at Oregon State. And then Fiesta Bowl.
Well,
years
no,
ago,
the first time I'm streaming.
he was playing on the team. And then he got there in a couple of NFL teams, but he didn't stay. And so.
I used to went to a high school with a guy who got some training camps in Titans. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You guys were funny. We were just watching some preseason games. And I was like, oh, the school the guy named Snelling? I was like, oh, yeah. I don't think he made it onto the 53.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Brett would be up his side of it.
She played pro.
If that's something possible, Joe Brett.
A couple of teams, and then they got married, they had a kid, so she stopped playing.
Yes. Yeah. Do that. All right. Thank you guys.
Oh yeah, she was on the SOU team that won the summer. All right.
Thanks.
What do you got, buddy? Are we on?
Okay, we're on. But I need to get this lower. So there's options for secondary, lower third.
Secondary, lower third.
I don't know if this is replaced.
Bennett Simon Roberts up at Habitat. Bennett Simon Roberts up at Habitat.
Let me see. Secondary tech, so it should pull up at least a scoreboard. So it's going to be, we'll do Cliff Alley, 0.
That sun is just gorgeous.
Let's do C. Okay, let me see if it does. Okay. We at least have that. So I can edit USB capture HDMI. It's not giving me internal. I don't. Yeah, it's internal microphone or USB capture HDMI. So I hit
Okay.
I mean, we're on. Yeah, we're on. So Dan, it's the speaker.
Is that speaker?
It's here.
Oh, damn. All right.
So everything we've been talking about.
Ready? Didn't we typically?
All right.
Let's go, Napa!
Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully you can hear us all right. I'm sure Aaron Wilson, Jim McCall, the microphones here that we do have on our computer. We are underway here to kick off Napa Valley 1839 FC taking on St. John's in playoffs UPSL. Welcome, everyone. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Saturday afternoon. Jim, go ahead and speak up a little bit. Say hello to everyone.
Well, hello, everybody. We're looking forward to this round of 16 game. A couple of teams that have been prolific in terms of their scoring. St. John's with 32 goals in 8 matches. Napa Valley, 38 goals in 8 matches. So both teams that can put points in the back of the net. And, of course, they're playing right now for the right to move on to the quarterfinals. And then the UPSL championships will culminate with the championship game coming up on February 4th. So a lot of excitement here. All these guys trying to look to move on.
I believe that Napa Valley is going to be in the green tops, white shorts, white socks, essentially all black. It's going to be St. John's.
Got their starting lineups here for St. John's. The goalkeepers, Dale Salas. The outside backs are Jose center backs, Esteban Cruz and Alex Sanchez. Defensive mid, Brandon Farfan. Then the other mids are Fernando Banez and Octavio Hermosillo. Then up front, you have Kevin Lowe, the team's leading scorer at striker. Then you have Eric Hernandez and Oscar Rosas as the wings.
Napa Valley with the early pressure, and the clock, we're not starting. I'm actually have to run a timer. It was set for 45 minutes on the scoreboard here locally.
That hand, Red!
Play down in the corner. Cleared away by St. John's. Now a counter.
Keeper, 0-0. We're only, well,
Mere moments into the first half.
probably got 2 minutes into it. That's it. We'll get a little bit behind on ours because, again, they haven't started the scoreboard. It's interesting because normally when you get to college soccer, it's always time up. Even then, though, I mean, there's, depending on what it is, there could be multiple subs. Some go ahead and do one sub, you're out, you're done. Whereas high school plays many times as one, and it's countdown with no stoppage time. This one, it shows, with it showing 45 minutes on the scoreboard, I'm curious to see how they run that clock. So I would think it'd be more professional as far as count up.
Right.
And there could be stoppage time. Not a count down. 45, I would think, count Now, I'm confused.
Well, you're not the only one. Looks like Esteban Cruz is the man down for St. John's. Looking at that lineup for Napa Valley 1839 FC, it looks like this. Alvaro Carreras is a defender. Goalkeeper, William Cluis. Manuel Duran is wearing number 12, a midfielder. Salvador Gomez, Sal Gomez, number 3, playing defense. Then Sam Henneberg, number 16, a defender. Forward is Ryan Kane, wearing number 20. Paris Martins, number 2, a midfielder. Gerardo Mendoza, number 6, a defender. And Oscar Ortiz, number 11.
We'll be going the other way. Looks like a foul on Napa Valley. Around midfield.
Toes, Napa!
Muchachos, vamos, muchachos. Buena, hijo, buena.
It's going to be offside on St. John's. First offside.
Here we go, Napa! Here we go!
So for Napa Valley, wearing green, moving from left to right, and you can see the few of the faithful showing up complete with their vuvuzelas and other noisemakers to make their presence felt today.
There's cowbells too. We hear a lot out here. No bagpipes yet. We'll see. Or we won't see one here. Maybe not. And with any kind of soccer match, you've got the first few minutes kind of filling each other out.
Try to find where those spots are.
Yep.
See if you can find any soft spots or get them out of the shape.
What's the defense going to give up? What are they going to let me do? Let us do? Out of bounds for St. John's throw-in.
Well, you know from playing, sometimes you have teams that will play a high line defensively. They'll play way up because they feel like they've got the speed to go back on a breakaway, and then you have other teams, they play everything behind them.
Foul. It was inadvertent. He was falling down. It will be a foul on another one on Napa Valley. And that's the thing, is with it being a playoff around 16, you would think that these teams have watched video on each other and they know they recognize and understand their tendencies. But it is. Maybe it's just, you know what, doesn't matter who we're playing. Some teams will be like that. We're playing a high line, we don't care. We don't care who we're playing against. That is our strength. I get to have the fast forward to the opposing team, and they're not careful. There'll be a lot of offsides, and the high line will work to get a lot of offside trap going. We'll see. Down the right side, cut inside, clear it out.
Right now, it seems at least
Let's go, Napa!
We are broadcasting via YouTube on YouTube here at UPSL by Table Rock Sports Crew. Down here located in the basic Southern Oregon. Proud to be able to show this off and be a part of this. Something we normally do. We normally are just high school teams. Even though we have a lot of exciting high school games and high school teams to show off.
a little junior college too.
Yes. We're Community College here in Medford. Most of it's high school. This is a treat for us. Again, apologize for the audio. Not great.
But you work with what you have, and at least they'll be able to see a pretty good picture today, and a beautiful day for soccer. I mean, I think a lot of us were expecting to have to layer up, and it's become short-sighted. Let's see what kind of this guy has.
Clear it out. And over the back. 24 for Napa Valley.
He's the one leading.
Vega with that foul, climbing over. Back to the defender. Pretty physical early on.
I think that's one of the biggest differences I see from the high school level once you get up to this level, whether you're talking about semi-pro or it gets more physical.
And with you have the scoreboard there below, 0-0, first half. But as far as time goes, again, if you haven't heard, it's not working as far as the scoreboard. It's just 45 minutes, 45-minute halves for these for soccer. We're about in the 8th minute right now, the first half. Going for Napa Valley.
St. John's is trying to work on the right side. Looking like they might think they have something that they can work with down that side.
They've had a few chances running down that right side. But the one over here on the left seemed to be snuffed out pretty quick. So maybe it is. Maybe they see something down the right.
Oscar Rosas is the wing over on that side, wearing number 17 for St. John's.
Nice.
Only one shot so far. 8.5 gone. It was blocked inside the box by St. John's defender.
Like I said, Aaron, it's kind of a feeling out process. Really, pretty much, most of this match so far has been played between the boxes.
Yep. Any team, just all the soccer I watched and I played is the first 5 minutes and the last final 5 minutes of each half. So you don't
Kick it out, kick it out!
Shows you just lots of concentration. Foul down here.
You didn't see anything, linesman. You were watching the ball.
St. John's just wanted a card.
Naturally, pleading their case.
After talking to the assistant, they got a card.
You didn't even touch it. That's so soft, ref. I'm more nervous.
So yellow. Number 12 for Napa Valley.
You can hear the St. John's coach over on the far sideline, Cesar Fregoso.
Kick it out!
Number 12.
Ref, he doesn't have anyone!
For Napa Valley, picking up that yellow. 10 minutes in. St. John's throw deep into Napa with half. Throw about the same location. But yeah, you already mentioned, Jim, just a wonderful day for us to have to be up on top of the roof, outdoors with electronics. No rain, no clouds, no sight, a little hazy. But the temperatures, I would think it's got to be close to 60.
No, 50.
50?
Yep.
And it feels warm.
It was 49 at kickoff, so it feels like 52.
Okay.
But that sun is just beautiful.
Yeah, right on us. Black pants. I'm just getting kind of burned a little bit almost. Yeah, no wind, not even a really slight breeze. St. John's, Napa.
Keep your hands to yourself, weirdo.
10 and 8 were in the area, but I believe he showed it to 8.
Fernando Ibanez.
Just 2 minutes later. Not to the same person. Where's it? Yeah.
St. John's getting here after a 3-0 shutout in the round of 32 against the Utah Red Bulls. Napa Valley ended up edging in a kind of soccer 4-3.
Yeah.
Result is You know,
A lot of goals.
Yeah.
A lot of goals. It's not uncommon, that's for sure. 7 goals in a soccer game is exciting.
Anticipating we'll see something of the same this afternoon as the match goes along.
Pretty intense so far. High energy.
He's the one coming from
Okay, is this
behind.
on Napa Valley?
He's the one coming from behind. How can he fight?
Again, Napa Valley. St. John's gets a free kick just inside midfield. Sent over and right to the keeper.
I like that play.
Sanchez for St. John's wearing number 12, one of those center backs. Showing up a big strong boot there.
Good ball, just a little too hard. A goal for a goal kick. Still, as we are, we are 14 minutes into this one. One shot blocked by St. John's defender inside the box, but it's been back and forth. It has not been boring at all. Looks like it just went over the line. That was really close. It will be a Napa Valley throw.
Napa Valley came in finishing second in North Premier Division Conference. The team has played 10 games, record of 8-2, scored 38 goals, and they conceded 11. So St. John's will have their hands full trying to see if they can't do something against that back line of Napa Valley.
And it doesn't matter, honestly, whatever sport, whatever tournament, if you get to the round of 16, you're a pretty good team.
Yes, you are. Well, and it's in a game like this thus far, I suppose it's not a real surprise, at least in the early going, we haven't seen a lot of shots on goal that both teams defensively putting up a pretty good resistance. I always think, those first few minutes of the game, and you could probably speak to this more so than I can, as far as the adrenaline and that kind of thing kind of affects your maybe your passing accuracy just a little bit, because you're feeling all that adrenaline and maybe you want to send a through ball up and maybe the touch a little heavy or what have you.
And that's what will separate the players is to get to it. Can the nerves get to someone as you get into some of these games, or can you remain cool? This could be offsides, 35-yard line. American football line, 35-yard line. And that is the second offsides on St. John's in this first half. Still 0-0. You see that, or 0-0 on the scoreboard. Now, 17th minute of play in the first half. And over. Keeper calls for it.
Hey, next one, Rev. Next one.
And that's, I was a defender. I was a keeper. I was a keeper my very first 2 years playing. I was 5 and 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was a quiet kid, shy kid. But then I also played intramurals when I was in college. I played keeper for a season. But normally, most of my life has been a defender, a sweeper, right in front of the keeper. And when you have that, I just pointed out because their keeper, really strong voice, commanding. That's what you want as a defender, personally. You want someone that's going to be not timid. They're going to come out for it, and they're going to call for it.
Right.
A leader, really.
Well, yeah, somebody who can kind of more or less quarterback that back line and call for help, back his direction when he needs it.
Let's go, number 24!
And I also think it helps if you have a little bit of just some fearlessness in you.
Oh, yeah.
I always said my son played keeper in his earliest days of soccer. And I said, yeah, you kind of have to be a half a bubble off the plum to play the keeper position because you will see some feet in your face, and sometimes you'll feel a little bit like the center on the short American football.
Yeah, there's got to be a little. I liken it to track and field, the pole vault. You have to have a little bit of crazy.
Yes.
You got to be willing to just go up for those balls, dive, and flipping over guys, falling down. And you're getting balls that are shot 50, 60 miles an hour at you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be willing to be in front of that.
And with all that being said, a good keeper is worth his weight in gold.
And that's where it starts.
There you go.
Chance here inside the box. Napa Valley. Turning, spinning. Taken away. What? Temporarily. Not out of it yet. Save. Looks like it's just a ref calling that is out. There will be a goal kick. But a chance there. Another one for Napa Valley.
St. John's. Seven goals during the season. So it's almost going to be like who can impose their will today.
Yeah.
You have two strong teams on both sides of the ball. And, you wonder who's going to
Let it go, let it go!
Kind of that thing that you talk about in sports all the time, defense versus number one offense. It's going to be better when it's it's one of those where it's just in soccer, one mistake. That's all you need, and that wins you the game.
He's gonna go, number 6! That's all they know! That's all they do! Oh, don't lose it! Don't lose it!
There's Gail Salas, the keeper for St. John's there. I believe it's all orange, but it's mostly pink in Napa Valley. St. John's threatening inside the box.
It's out!
He cleared it out.
Go back! Go back!
A little bit of opportunity for St. John's, but they can't get a shot off. The ref looks to be looking for he had his hand near his pocket, chest pocket, but he did not pull it apart. Just a foul. A dangerous spot for Napa Valley. I guess it'd be more of a dangerous spot for St. John's if they're defending. Napa Valley. Foul on St. John's. He was walking walking off. You got it. That might be just it. Eric Hernandez. In the 22nd minute.
If you don't leave the stadium,
So that'll be a man down for St. John's, and now they'll be working again.
That is huge. Clear. But that changes it. Man down now for St. John's for potentially 70 minutes. Closer to 68. It's a long time. We've already got another yellow for St. John's. He's riding yellow. And Moran and the yellow for Napa Valley. Down,
How do you cover them?
That clears it really well. And out, way out.
Maybe that's where you hope that you have some really rangy players that kind of help make up that lost space. Or it's like you say, maybe what you have to end up doing to address that is to go ahead and change up the formation.
It's going to be changed minorly just because you're missing a player now. So if you're running a 4-4-2, you can't run a 4-4-2. But do you run a 4-4-1? It's going to be a 4-3-2. I mean, how is the coach going to change it? I coach at Crater High School, and so that's where we've had red cards, and we've had to adjust. And so depending on what minute of the game it is, what the score is, and what kind of players you have to make those adjustments. But it is going to, as you mentioned, it's going to open up a little bit more. We're only the 19 players really on the field, minus goalkeepers. A little more space out there. And it doesn't, you can't say it doesn't, it kind of benefits both teams too, with that open space. So it's not only a negative for St. John's, they'll be more tired, and that's where subs come in. More space isn't necessarily a bad thing for either team.
Well, we see Kevin Lowe there for St. John's. He's the leading scorer. St. John's FC, but 11 last season. Both of these rosters very diverse. St. John's, 15 Mexican nationals on their squad. I know in terms of speaking with Coach Fregoso, I kind of get the sense his English is very limited, but that's where thankfully he's got an assistant coach that can work with him on that. But both of these rosters, very diverse.
I mean, they're from all over, but they're also playing everywhere too. I haven't seen the exact breakdown. I know you were talking about it earlier, as far as where all these guys are going when they're not with Napa Valley or St. John's.
Well, we weren't able to get this for St. John's, but I know on the roster on the webpage for Napa Valley, you got a lot of guys. Napa Valley College, fittingly close by. A player from Chicago State, New Hampshire, Cal State Stanislaus, St. Catherine, and players from Mexico, a couple from Spain.
Spain knows how to play.
They might know just a thing or two about the beautiful game.
What about 5 fouls each? We are checking on the clock in the 26th minute, first half, 0-0. For goal kick. still is Rojas. But it's still, yeah. So he's been able to get past Rojas there on that left flank a few different times, whipping those crosses in. So watch out for that. Watch this space.
Martin's there with the header. He's been active for Napa Valley thus far.
Get in the middle.
Only 12 on the podcast. Just got a text from Barnhouse. They can hear us. Let's get loud.
Good, just let the crowd get into it. Napa with control now here. Bent through and over. And hit. I'm sure Salas not coming out for that one. I'm sure. A little timid. We talked about being strong and leader, vocal, and just aggressive. But Garden's pretty timid. I'm sure. I figured that his defender was going to shepherd it out of bounds maybe, but that slowed up, got held up, and that was a chance for Napa Valley.
For the last several minutes, Napa seems like they've been knocking on the door. And a lot of the action of late has been over in front of that St. John's.
Another foul in St. John's.
Mendoza.
Hard foul. That's going to be another yellow. This one is on Esteban Cruz. 29th minute.
Cruz playing one of those center back spots.
You hear the guy down there, so I got to text him there. They can hear. People that are watching can hear them. I love it. It's not there. Only no one. Yeah, so we've got a good crowd mic going right now. It's a good crowd mic because it's a good crowd. Seems to be Napa Valley supporters right underneath us. St. George is more to the right of us. Minute, 0-0. Napa Valley, St. John's here at Lifted Fields in Medford, Oregon. And Nelson and McCoy, Dana, Canada, live. Table Rock Sports crew here based in Medford, Oregon. United Premier Soccer League, round of 16.
UPSL quite an association with over 500 teams nationwide.
Yeah. What's interesting is they're looking at the playoff bracket. When I was looking at that, there was already a Columbus Crew, Major League Soccer MLS, there was already a Columbus Crew team in the UPSL that is in the final. The finals they have like 4. So they have 4 different kind of zones on that bracket coming through. They've already gone through and they have a qualifier in the finals. Interesting, and now we're still in round 16 on this side.
Yeah, you definitely get the feeling, well, I would have to imagine, because a lot of these guys out here playing, they have day jobs and things that they do during the week, and I would imagine that that it behooves UPSL to be pretty creative in terms of their scheduling. It looks like, you have different regions operating on different schedules. Of course, I think probably, you know,
Is that more of the Eastern bracket as well, which we're talking about winter maybe? So
yeah, because out of that side you have Columbus defeated Chicago Nation FC to get there, and you see a lot of teams from the Midwest and the East. Yeah, you can't help but wonder if maybe that's a little bit of a part of it. I think what probably, if I'm a crew member, there's probably a certain amount of downtime I appreciate, but there's also that part of me that says, you know, I want to stay fluid and I want to stay, you know.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes there can be, when it comes to a layoff, too much of this.
True. Dangerous pass back, cleared out.
Clueless, the goalkeeper for Napa Valley.
Clueless, not clueless.
Definitely, he has been true to the task thus far.
Footwork there. The far fan loses it though. St. John's with an opportunity, and that goes awry.
Martin's there to try to break it up, and then you got Gomez trying to run onto it.
"33rd minute here. 0-0.
Hey, Napa, 11-11, yeah? Let's wake up, Napa! Let's wake up! Let's go! How many Napa fans we got here? Don't go that way to be quiet.
A foul here in Napa Valley. Coach just wanted a card. Hard foul, but not enough for a card, says the ref. But now 6 fouls each. And this is one of those where it's just the first half. It's 34th minute. We got 11 minutes left in the first. When it gets into the second half, this is where the space and substitutions come into play, because especially St. John's, they get a little more tired, and depending on the score, you might see them slow things down more, take their time on free kicks if they are getting pretty winded. But it's soccer, and this is, you got to train for. You got to be in great shape. And you think, but still, one man down, conditioning comes into play big time.
Well, it's something you have to stay on top of all season long. A lot of work goes into that conditioning initially at the beginning of the season.
The ref's going to wave on medical. Stopping the clock at 34 minutes. Again, I'm not sure if they're going to be running stoppage time or if he's just doing, it doesn't matter. They're not running a clock, a scoreboard here. Stoppage time or not, we won't know. Usually you have the fourth official. You know, when you're looking at a lot of these games, they have that video board. For substitutions, it'll show red and green numbers depending on who's subbing out, who's subbing in, and they'll also give stoppage time, how many minutes are left. But I've seen a sub with St. John's. There was no little digital board showing that, so I don't think we'll have a clue if there is stoppage time. But we'll just go with it, do our best. And I don't know who is on the ground for Napa Valley getting looked at. He's about to step up. We will see. Trainer's blocking him. Blocking off at least not too much of a lift. And most centers on power.
Looks like a Gomez, Sal Gomez.
Looks like there is a sub coming on forehand with enough to take them out. Gomez is off.
Looks like we've got
Jesus Arroyo is on.
Let's go, Napa! First two,
We don't know how many regular Table Rock sports viewers are watching, but if you're used to high school, even those who maybe watch a lot of high school, you can sub in and out as many times as you want. Not here. This is an injury, so that's different. But you could check it out. I mean, when I'm looking at subs for my team, is you get them off, you sub someone in for them, and go, okay, is this, you just got to walk it off? How many minutes do you need? A lot of times my guys will be ready for a few minutes, you put him back on. Here, no, he's off. He's done. He is done.
Ferreras there with the clearance for Napa Valley.
Great ball in the center circle. See them going for it down that right flank. You got to it.
Number 2 for St. John's is Kai Flugel.
Hey, wake up!
And a shot. That looks to be going wide. That's right. That is a first shot for St. John's. Nice slide tackle in the box. St. John's still with it. Lewis hits it high and out. And this is where you see the possession isn't everything. And it doesn't matter how much you have of the ball. The Napa Valley's had a lot of it. They get a lot of attempts, but they haven't actually had a shot on goal. They have not had a shot on goal, even being up a man. And it's, look at that, St. John's, who actually has had a shot, being down a man.
Lewis, of course, with the gloves on, getting a little assistance.
Another St. John's throw. Steal. Cut out. Sandwich. Balance St. John's. Take a little bit of pressure off that defense. Just outside the box, looking for that free kick. Whipped in, great cross. Salas has it.
kind of juggling a little bit.
Oh, shoulder nudge right there. But it was just the blow went down. No foul. The 37th minute or so. About 7 or 8 minutes left in this first half. Still 0-0.
Let's go, Napa! Defense side! Hey, let's do better, Napa, on our toes, on our toes! You got it, Napa! You got your back, Napa! Get back!
Too low. Got the box across and cleared out.
You can tell he was looking over there for Eric Hernandez.
I know, I have one. ¡Vamos, señor, vamos, muchachos! ¡Vamos por el gol, venga!
Handball, right?
¡Handball, right!
Let's go, Napa!
Still very physical. Referee just for another card. A lot to recap here with yellows. Got a lot of yellow cards. So that is the half. I guess I stopped the timer a lot more than I should have. So that is halftime. 0-0. Napa Valley, St. John's here at Lithia Field in Medford, Oregon. Your halftime, we're just not sure if it's 10 or 15 minutes. It will at least be 10. And we'll be back with the call here for you shortly. What's that?
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys ever send a text from watching? Yeah. They can hear us? Yes. They can hear us on the live stream. Yes. They hear the people that are talking to us. We had a handle so they're actually the only mic that goes on camera. So they can hear you guys, right? Which is awesome. You guys are grounded. It's good. It's been exciting for that. I just want to know if they can actually hear the comments. I'm just running the camera. I'm not saying nothing, but I just want to see if they can hear it. Yeah, that's okay, guys. Well, there's no PA.
And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Yeah, the UPSL, United Premier Soccer League, round of 16. Aaron Nilsson, Jim McCoy, Danny Canada, live here. It's halftime. We don't have the countdown. We're not sure if it is 10 or 15-minute halves. Normally it's 15, but I know with it not being officially on TV, so we don't have as many breaks and commercials we have to fit in for the sponsors. We don't have someone out there controlling that. They usually go fewer minutes. So I'm going to assume 10 minutes, but no matter what, we will have you covered. No worries. Just to go over some stats real quick, only one shot. So, Jim, what about that, though? I mean, one shot, I wouldn't say that even Lowe's at the end, it would – I don't even think it would hit the post. It was probably going wide. My view from it. So, and then the one that Napa Valley had was it blocked inside the box by a defender. So I really doubt. I don't think either of them are actually on goal either.
No.
So you're saying they're both of them. I mean, what do you think about that? That surprised you, right? That's been one shot for both teams.
Right. Well, both of these teams have come in averaging right around 4 goals a game.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we know that once you transition from the regular season into playoff action, at that point, you know, the defenses, we would stand to reason, get better. But even with that, really this game has pretty well been between the boxes, that both of these defenses have pretty well shut down any activity. And I wouldn't even necessarily say that either team has really gotten a good, clean look at the net during the duration of this game. So it seems to be like, right there in the middle of the field, that's where all the action is. And they're doing a good job of keeping it away from the outside. You can see St. John's. One of the things that looks like they really want to try to do is to work that right side over to the right wing. And so far in the game, you know, they've had a few passes out in that direction, but it hasn't materialized into any, I wouldn't say that either shot that we've seen would be one that would be especially threatening. Because at best, like you say, on the shot by Lowe for St. John's, probably, if that's unimpeded by the goalkeeper, probably hits the post at best.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what I was seeing. But it was a decent effort and attempt, but their only effort and attempt. No corners. We had a few goal kicks, but no corners. And then 8 fouls on St. John's, 6 for Napa Valley. It's 14 fouls in the first half. And then for the 5 cards, 1 red, 4 yellow. The 10th minute by Duran and Napa Valley, a yellow. The last 4 have been for St. John's. Ibanez in the 12th, Hernandez in the 22nd. That was the red, which changes everything. Cruz in the 29th, a yellow, and Sanchez in the 39th for a yellow. But that red card, 2 offsides for St. John's, none for Napa Valley yet. But that, we'll see how the second half, what do you anticipate? Because looking into all the factors with what you've seen in that first, St. John's even got a shot. They got their lone shot after going down a man, so they can obviously create with not having a full squad on the field. What do you anticipate from both of these teams going into the second?
Well, I can imagine both teams are telling them right now, with this being a scoreless draw to this point, they're saying right now all we need is one. That it's going to come down to a big play, in which case a big play could end up being a winger, being a defender down the sideline and being able to make a play in front of the net, or it could end up being on a set piece, which we haven't really seen. We've seen a few free kicks along the way, but set pieces, particularly corner kicks, we haven't had any
one of those
so far
yet either.
But it has been a very, very physical match. I wonder, with what we've seen and with substitutions and things of that nature, if fatigue doesn't end up being a player in this somewhere, especially for a team a man down, such as St. John's is at this point, because now they've got a little extra space to cover. Now, granted, all these guys are, by this juncture of the season, they're all in good physical shape in terms of conditioning. But still, it's a grind, and this has been a very intense and very physical battle, as evidenced by the cards.
Yes. 14 fouls, 5 cards. We will see. It's optimal for me, I would think, in my opinion. It's optimal temperature, optimal conditions with the environment, with no breeze. It's not like you're sucking wind, or like sucking wind as in you're literally, it's getting blown into your face with a 15, 20-mile wind. That's not going to slow them down, and that would put a lot on you. But the conditions and the climate right now, temperature, it's wonderful as far as it comes down to conditioning. You can't blame it on rain or snow or wind or anything. So it's really who is the most conditioned, with St. John's being down a man, and we will see. But we expect more fouls and possibly more cards as we look in the second half. That ref is not afraid to pull out the card. We do appreciate anything else you want to add. So we had.
Well, what's interesting as we become more familiar with UPSL is that you got 500 teams across the nation. So it's a developmental league that has been in existence since 2011. And it's amazing to me to see what kind of following it's built. Talking with the coaching staff for Napa Valley, they've got watch parties going on down in Napa right now. Down at the Barn House, I hear pretty much coming down and watching Napa Valley plays kind of a weekly occurrence. And I know you know this as a former player, Aaron. The hardcore soccer fan is a special breed.
Oh, yeah.
We even see it here. I think some of our fans in our home base of Southern Oregon can learn a thing or two from the passion that we've seen for the crowd for Napa and St. John's, both that have come out for today's game.
It's your home team, especially when you get a hometown team. It's that pride. You've seen it with anyone who watches Welcome to Wrexham with Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, who have bought, those famous actors who have bought Wrexham AFC over in Wales. Is you go to the pub, you go to the restaurant, the bar, whatever it is, you get together, you wear the jersey, you got a scarf, and it is a passionate crew. It is a very passionate crew. And we have even though it's hard, to apologize again for the audio, we are right next to the camera with the microphone. We will step away, so it'll be a little bit worse for the second half, but you guys can really hear, whoever's watching, you can really hear the supporters right below us. Napa Valley right below, St. John's to the right, and it is noisemakers, cowbells, vuvuzelas, all you talked about. Drums. I don't think there's any drums today, but that's what you're used to. And singing and chanting. It's great. Different than any other sport. You don't see that in baseball.
No, you sure don't. You sure don't. And then I think this is when people who are, Americans don't realize is the worldwide appeal of what would be known as association football abroad, is that the passionate and widespread following that the game has. But then you even see in MLS or even at the college level, a lot of an international presence of folks who come from other countries that have come in here and as players find some real opportunities here.
Yeah, great. Got a great second half coming up. Just any second, they're ready.
Okay. Both teams back out on the pitch, and St. John's, wearing black, will be moving from left to right. Napa Valley in green, moving right to left in the second half. And having lived here most of my life, and Aaron, I know you've been here for quite a few years, this is about as beautiful a day as you can ever expect to find in Southern Oregon in the middle of December.
Yeah, it's a little unusual, for sure. I personally, as that's going to be actually saved in the corner. And there, off of Napa Valley via goal kick. Still no corner kicks, but we're only a minute in. Not expecting yet.
Well, we were talking a little bit during the intermission there, and I can't remember the last time that I have either coached a game or seen a game where there was an entire half without a corner kick.
Yeah. It is unusual. I mean, at least one, something.
Right.
As you were saying too, a lot of it's just most of it's been played between the boxes, which if you're doing that, you're not going to have a corner kick. No foul on Napa Valley, and no card this time. That continues the wait, he does. He did reach for his pocket. It is a card. Count that as a 47 minute. And you know, there is a keeper change for St. John's. Alexis Calderia Hurtado is now in. I would think that, I don't believe he was on the field, because now what will happen sometimes is if you have a backup goalkeeper you're confident in, especially if you're a man down, to kind of preserve that, because you're going to get pretty winded, is you do that. You throw a field player from the first half into keeper in the goal, and then you can bring the keeper out because, well, keeper hasn't run very much.
Right.
That gives you pretty much fresh legs, but I don't believe he was on the field the first half.
No.
So that blows that strategy in theory. But still, it gives St. John's a different look.
We're talking about how valuable a goalkeeper is. It's even more valuable when you got a
because injuries do happen in situations. So there has been a throw for Napa Valley far side. Keepers will get red cards as well, and you have to have a backup. I mean, it's kind of the worst case scenario I remember for the LA Galaxy, a team that I grew up supporting and follow, and they took Mike McKee all your relievers, you bring in some from the outfield. The outfielder, like, you can pitch now.
Right.
See that sometimes pretty much what it was. And he blocked the penalty, and it was amazing. Flick behind, but blocked and still going. Not out of danger.
As promising a chance as they've had all day.
That was inside the 6.
But you talk about that. You remember the game, the year that the Portland Timbers won the MLS championship. They played SKC, and I want to say it was the semis. They went to penalty kicks, and it was penalty kicks by the goalkeeper that ended up deciding it.
Yep.
So you see some interesting things in the soccer match.
And there are a lot of, Johan Cruyff, got football. Talking about total football. That's what, you ever watch the show Ted Lasso on Apple TV? Highly recommend it. They talk about it too. Just kind of every player being able to know and be confident, ball at their feet, dribbling, shooting, not necessarily as a goalkeeper, but it's where you have foul, sandwich, and kind of flattened there near the 20-yard line.
Kill the ref!
He is hurting.
Man down is Emmanuel Durant.
No way, there's no card. No way, there's no
Durant, one of the
card.
newer players for Napa. Was Napa Valley College. Joined the team this year.
Daylight robbery, ref. Ain't no way.
And Duran, the second leading scorer for Napa Valley, right behind Dario Pavone.
Let's go.
Thankfully, he is up and away. Just a foul, no card. About 8 yards, 10-yard gap for that ball, but we're going with it. Not a bad effort. Went through the field goal uprights. He went to that far upper corner.
We were playing that other football. He had three.
Second shot by Napa Valley. Only the second shot. That was hardly hit, as in not barely, but hardly. He hit it hard. Good pressure early on here in the second half.
Keep. Drop it.
Well, it's interesting in a match like this to see the intensity as the time winds down and goes upward in the match. See how the intensity comes up as well. And maybe the pace of play.
It is only the 53rd minute. We've got 37 minutes left. That's going to be on Napa Valley this time. Vegas. Got a yellow.
Vega, one of those season tickets. It's interesting looking at this a couple of guys that have been with the club for some period of time. Vega.
Vegas. You know,
Since 2019.
Yeah, control here early on in the second half. Another yellow hit for the St. John's. And Descent will get
So now that'll put St. John's down to 9.
Wow. You got to wonder what he said. He must have said something just totally vulgar to get that because he was mad. The ref just went to chase right after him.
Yeah, because he's given the yellow, issued the yellow, and then he runs back to the ref, says something, and then you see the referee sit back pocket, gives him the red.
One of his teammates came running in to try and persuade the ref no, but no. That fell on deaf ears.
In the 55th minute, wow, St. John's now down to 9 men.
That's where, as a player, you have to really remember to kind of keep your emotions in check, especially when you're already down. Regardless of whether you had a good case to make or not.
Yeah.
That it's a heck of a lot harder to win with 9 than it is 10 in an 11-man game.
You get that it's emotional. It is a playoff match. 0-0. It's aggressive. It's tight. But those are the things you gotta keep that in check. Because Napa Valley too, with all this pressure here early on in the first 10 minutes of the second half, just makes it even worse for St. John's. They're really gonna have to bring everybody back and kind of pack that in and help us maybe play on the counter. If you're wondering what the coach might be looking to do here.
Well, I have to give St. John's credit. You know, they've been with at least a man down for the 22nd minute, and it does not seem to have adversely affected them too much. But there's a lot of match left to play.
St. John's going to go for the shove.
Come here, boy. You know what to do now. Pick him up, Jack.
With him jogging off slowly with Farfan. It could be to preserve their lungs, all the teammates' lungs. It could be that he's hurting. Not sure. And he is. Took off the shin guard even before he finally got off the field.
Well, it not only gives your teammates a chance to catch their breath, but hopefully, you know, if you're a St. John's fan, it kind of helps some time off.
That's where, as the center ref, you got to be considerate of that and stopping your time, stopping your watch. Look at that. First corner.
Well.
Yeah.
So there's a set piece of either team. And you know, you get those teams, some of them, a set piece. Very good.
And you get a lot of teams that are really bad at defending it.
Right.
Bad combination. That one defended well, not really well taken, honestly. Down by us.
Well, what we've seen today, and I think brings into the conversation officiating. And, you know, I know one of the things is they train officials, and one of the things as players, it's like that there's a certain amount of the game that is open to the interpretation of the official, and that includes how loose you let a game be or how tight you let a game be. As a player, would you describe this as a fairly tightly called game, or is it the type of deal where the players have really given the officials no choice?
Wow, that's it's. We're looking at, we got 8 cards. That it's been aggressive, it's been physical, and we don't know exactly what the players have been saying to the ref.
Right.
And dissent is one thing. That's where some refs will just say, you know what, you got to shut up, or give warning. Don't know if he's giving them warnings or not.
Right.
And if they don't keep their mouth shut, then it's up to his discretion on whether he gives a card. And that's one thing too, is why you have assistants. Is you can, if it's near them in the flag, then you can talk to them about certain things. What did you see? And I did see him converse with the assistant down here on our sideline with the flag on one of them about what to do. So I've seen that, which is good. It's not him just, kind of like a power trip. I'm just out here, I'm in control, I'm going to do this and that and do what I want. But with that being said, I would say that it's a lot of cards. I've never seen this many cards this early on, because we're only just 60 minutes into it. So that would be in question, but I can see he's probably trying to keep it in check because it is so physical and aggressive. He's trying to keep them in check. These are their warnings. If they keep playing, he's like, you're going to keep getting cards. You guys need to chill out. So I can see that's what I think. If he wasn't getting so many cards, then I think it could get even worse, and that's when we talk about possible injuries and really serious things. Right? I really think he's trying to do his best to keep it in check.
Yes. Well played there. Well, I think what you're talking about there, Aaron, is keeping control of the game. And I have seen those matches where perhaps they let too much go. And next thing you know, you've got fist fights in the game.
Yeah. Not good.
Well, and I would think as well, if I'm a player, I'm thinking, okay, I've seen all these cards in the game. I'm probably going to need to keep myself on a tight leash as far as my emotions are concerned.
And I think both teams need to do it. They need to tighten up on that. Even more so, but you have that advantage. I would say, yes, keep that advantage. We got 2 men out. All we need is one. You mentioned you just need one. St. John's only needs one as well. But if, of course, they go down one more, that's even worse. Then you're looking at parking the bus, dropping all the defenders, everybody back, and just keeping the ball in front of them, which they kind of been doing. You look at it right now, they're keeping everybody in their own half. But if you want that advantage, Napa Valley's really got to keep it tight. All that going on in Napa Valley. Still 0-0 you see. We are in the 18th minute of the second half. 63rd minute overall. 0-0. For the 63rd minute, Flugel catches Clueless. Was Clueless at that point. He was so far out. And open there. Flugel.
So what storyline this is developing into? Down 2 guys, but a good run up the right side by Flugel. And Clueless high and he dropped it in.
I don't know if you can't claim the sun. I don't know. He was looking at the defenders even like, what happened? How did he expect him to get that shot off? Maybe he thought even if he did see it, he crossbar. He rocketed it in. It was a beautiful shot and a goal. Hurtado's just only the 64th minute. A lot of time left.
A little early to be milking the clock.
Yeah.
What a beautiful one.
It's too easy.
Now we're making 3 changes. Fresh legs. A lot of time. We're now in the 65th minute. We got 25 minutes left. A lot of time. And you can see how quickly we can get a goal. St. John's was able to get it just a couple minutes ahead. Valley needs it. You gotta think they've got it in them. Up 2 men.
Well, perhaps for Napa Valley, this is the spark that gets them in more of attack mode.
And then you can also have St. John's even more inspired now, up a goal. There's even more spark inside them in a fire. And when you being down 2, yeah, it's more compact down there. They have to. So, as what I'm looking is not necessarily. I couldn't say they are necessarily parking the bus, which means you do. You drop all of your players behind the ball, keep them in front of it, and you're playing within. I mean, you really don't stray too far past really the 50-yard line. You keep them all in your half. Makes it really hard. They're down 2, so they only got 8 outfield players out there. But still, it may make it that much harder for Napa Valley to beat those and get some blue balls, break those lines and get a goal.
Well, it's almost like it's the defense. I think part of what helps set up that play is able to manage to have a scoring opportunity. Even if you got a player like Flugel who can cover a lot of ground.
It subs. Napa Valley just putting in 3. That one sails over. Goal kick. Look at it. I haven't tracked. I'm been tracking as far as how many subs they both used. We don't know how many St. John's or Napa Valley has left. I believe St. John's has maybe 1 sub or 2 left. They can get some fresh legs on later on if they need. That was a high kick defending.
The man down is Dario Pavone, the leading scorer from Napa Valley.
And the center ref is speaking with his assistant. This is what I like. It's good to see what they saw. Both of them can discuss. So lines ref had a different angle on it. Maybe was there contact? It's a high kick no matter what. But was a penalty? It might be. It looks like he's moving everybody out of the box.
Big opportunity here for Napa Valley not to stay up.
He hasn't given the signal. But he's moving everybody out of the box. You would think that's a penalty.
A lot of conversation going on.
Still hasn't pointed to the spot, which is interesting. But you would think all signs point to penalty. And it is.
It looks like the ball comes off.
Trying to knot it at 1. In the 69th minute. 1-1. Huge call on the ref on that one. Again, it was a high pitch. It was a dangerous play inside the box. The assistant, the lines ref, decides it was. With the penalty. We got 20 minutes left in this. And now both teams looking for a goal. Needing a goal to win. If you didn't think the intensity and aggression could go up a notch, you just did. I think it just went up to 11.
Yeah, I think for these guys, is it just a game? I think not.
Another foul. On Napa Valley. 12 for St. John.
Be low with the free kick.
Great running on. Just too far. Take it away, clear. We're getting another yellow. This one. Ibanez already has a yellow. He's got one. And the coach got a yellow. So Ibanez, number 8, is the one he showed a yellow. He's already got a yellow.
Brian Zapata is a man down for St. John.
71st minute. St. John's coach gets a yellow. But that's why I'm confused, is because the ref showed yellow to Ibanez. The first yellow was 2. Some unsavory words from the St. John's fans. We apologize again here. This ref's like Oprah. You get a card. You get a card. You get a card. So 2 yellows on that one. St. John's coach out. But what confuses me is Ibanez. Ibanez, he showed that to first. Ibanez is already on a yellow. Ref pointing, making sure he leaves the field.
Looks like he's going to pick up a little liquid refreshment on his way out.
You understand, it's such a huge game, tied 1-1, doesn't want to leave, and you're still high on emotions. But that is a requirement. Coach, get a red card, you got to leave. I've seen professional coaches just go into the stands. I've seen them do that, just take a seat by the fans. And he's just going to walk across the field.
Look at him. Hey, why is he talking to the player, Red? Why is he talking to the player? Get him off.
No hurry.
Not at all.
Well, they can buy his players a few moments to rest, but they're gonna he's gonna need to get out there sooner or later. A couple of conversations on the way out with the opposition.
Handshakes. A couple of Napa Valley players. We'll be able to see him really after the game. Probably just giving them a good job. At least it's friendly.
Yes. Well, as you know, as you kind of move up the ladder, sometimes there are guys that maybe you played against when you were young. Maybe it might have been temptation to say something, but then you realize it's like, this guy could end up being my teammate someday.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's interesting the sense of camaraderie and community among the players and coaches.
Turn me out, Napa. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Again, just point that out. Ibanez, before the coach got set off, he got a yellow from the 12th minute. Unless it is somebody else from the 12th minute, because he should have been gone.
Well, maybe it wouldn't be a good thing to have the officials mic'd up. At least a little bit better sense of what's going on.
Valley making a push. Chance inside. Six taken down again. And the ref pointed to tell him to get up.
Play on.
Desperation for both these teams. 27th minute of the second half. 18 minutes left.
Play on the run is Arturo Bahamian.
He wins the penalty. It wasn't necessarily last man, so you can't say red card. Is a yellow. No matter what, it's a penalty for St. John. You take the win.
You know he's goalie, man. Oh, shit.
He hasn't awarded a card at all. Issued a card.
Let's go, Keith. Let's go, Keith.
No, he's handed it off. Salazar. Lewis had that red all the way. And to keeps it out. That was where you want to put it as a taker. Salazar had it. Maybe just not hard enough. Lewis had that picked out. Going against St. John's. And St. John's coaches are livid, to say the least, as their players are on the floor, on the ground. Locked out for
Looks like we got Sebastian Carvajal that ran that down and will take the kick.
Open up! Open up! Don't look at him! Open up!
What an effort. Just fine.
Oscar Ortiz had the look.
Hey, let's
Kind of a
put
little
some
bit of
more
a tough
pressure
angle.
now, but we're up with 2 players. Let's go! Let's go!
Right idea, nonetheless.
¡Vamos, que se puede! ¡Venga, muchachos! ¡Vamos a ganar! ¡Venga, vamos!
16 minutes left. 1-1.
They're going to come out second half.
2 goals, 2 penalties, one of them saved. And a whole lot of cards.
Get it out there!
Napa looks on the break. All the way open. Kicked away. And a throw in.
Kai Flugel, who scored the goal. St. John's.
That Pavone, I mean, he had a clear shot. Had he gotten that off a little bit quicker, maybe he should have first timed it. But he took it time, took a little time, a little touch. Flugel able to clear it out. Someone whipped in. Corner.
Like that, Napa, keep that hustle, keep that hustle.
Nice cross there by Martin.
To say he's had quite a stellar game out there. Sliding.
Get these shots in. Keep pressing, Napa. You got
Looks like we'll have Ortiz taking
Let's
care of
go.
Ortiz from Napa College. Second year with Napa
They're calling a foul in the box against Napa Valley. Free kick for St. John's.
Hey, play it from where you caught it, Rev. On the line, Rev. Back there.
The midfield's open. Who's covering?
Both these teams have watched their lines as far as if they're a forward and not gotten offside because they're still only 2 offsides both on St. John's in that first half.
This is something you always a sign of pretty good discipline and awareness on the field.
Hit him.
Still on the turf. Yeah, Sanchez is still on the turf over here for St. John's.
Looked like it was kind of grabbing his throat. Makes you wonder if he might got the wind knocked out of him.
Trainer coming out to look at him. And I believe there was a claim, and that's what they're kind of talking about right now is he was defending that.
Time, ref, time.
And I believe it was Ludovic, because that's who we're talking to. I believe he was the one going up against him. That they thought maybe he give a little pump in the chest as he went by.
Come on, Oscar.
I believe that's the claim.
Shoot, Kelly, shoot.
We'll stop the clock, but in the 33rd minute, we got about 12 minutes to go in this one. 1-1. Goals in the 63rd and 69th minutes. Flugel for St. John's and Ludovic for Napa Valley in the 69th. Penalty saved by Cluas in the 72nd. Kept it at 1-1.
You're all right.
He is up. He's hurting, but he is up. His teammate to pull his arm, his shoulder up. That was out of socket. I don't know if that bad, but
You gotta look at it like, hey, leave me alone.
yeah.
What matter was he took a hard shot.
Shoulder is probably a consequence of landing. And even though the trainer came out to check on him, he's not making him go off where they normally would have to, or is he? It's just slow. Ludovic gives him a hand slap. And he will go off for a second. Do you have 8 players? Down to 8. Wow. Yeah, with him off. So they're down to 8. Looks like they might be getting a sub for him. So they'll be back to 9 here in just a minute. St. John's back to full strength at 9.
He's back on.
I saw a jersey change.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
just a
he
jersey
just took
change
it off
then.
for momentarily.
Okay. He had it on as he ran off, but then I see someone else running from the bench and putting the jersey on. That one swung in. Flugel heads it out. Low with it.
Foul. No foul.
Behind. That's going to be a yellow. Another one. Roca.
Keep pressing, Napa!
78th minute. Roca picks up the yellow.
Échala larga, viejo, échala larga, échala larga.
9 fouls in this half. 6 for St. John's. The 6th yellow this half.
Come on, Napa! Go, Let's go, Napa! 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 Let's go,
Well, you kind of have the feeling.
That was a great couple of chances for Napa Valley. St. John's couldn't clear it a little bit too just kind of right there. Just got his foot right to it because it was bouncing right there, probably about 1 yard off of the goal line. 2-1.
Napa Valley winning the numbers game there.
Forward, stop back! Cover the ball!
Only 10 minutes left.
Throw it! Back forward!
Attempt that acrobatic. But out for goalkeeper.
It was a good set, just a touch a little heavy there. We're looking for Sanchez.
And it's a ball because you have a certain height where you could head it, and you probably should head it, but you go to try to kick it. So that was one of those where it's kind of maybe in between his head and his chest, and awkward, and just look for his foot or leg. That's too hard. Too hard sometimes to get that. Napa Valley looking for more. Squeezes through two defenders. Take it down. This is at the box. This is right at the box. He has yellow. That's his second yellow. He is now up.
Things are kind of boiling over now. You can even hear the crowd shouting, Napa Valley, walk away.
So the second yellow for Cruz becomes a red. He's out. We have free kick. It was right there at the edge of the box. Free kick and St. John's now down to 8 total players. You're going from bad to worse. Pretty much unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Hey, linesman, watch him. He wants to hit him. Linesman, watch the play. Watch the score. Linesman, protect the 11.
I've got about 9 minutes left on my stopwatch. We will see. Not sure what the ref has down there. But nonetheless, only a few minutes left. Whoa, shot.
Home definitely have the muscle. A little wide.
And that you could have said really would have put it away. 3-1, up 3 players. There's a handful of minutes left. desperation for St. John's.
Well, and give them credit. I mean, playing 3 down, they're still playing with a lot of energy and playing like a team, intending to get the result, in spite of the fact that they're shorthanded now, and considerably so.
Only 7 outfield players. I played 7-on-7 at intramurals, but those were smaller fields.
Mm-hmm.
Not on a full field. Around the edge and just couldn't keep it in. That'll be a goal kick for St. John's. Takes it quickly, but he wanted the ball to probably completely stop early. That's what the ref, I believe, is mentioning. Martin's defending well as he has on a match. Just if you're Napa Valley, you just want to get this up and out as quickly and as often as possible.
Yeah, you don't want to take your foot off the gas on this one. You've got the advantage, and you don't want to end up putting yourself in jeopardy by being careless.
Levi flew and one mistake. This one will be on Napa Valley. It'll be a free kick for St. John's. It's a few yards outside the box. That is the 10th foul on Napa Valley this half. Could just be the equalizer. Deflected. We'll go with it.
No foul! No foul!
That is the first corner for St. John's. Bicycle is cleared. Great volley by Tuck.
Try to get to this push. Whatever you got.
We are in the 86th minute. Oh, good moves there. Loses it. It's going to be a Napa Valley free kick.
Much to the chagrin of the St. John's bench, have been calling for a foul committed against Lowe.
You see all that space. Crossed in. I got 4 minutes left on my watch.
That's game. That's game, Brad. It's over.
But there could only be 2. Not sure.
See, Lowe's looking for a target downfield.
That is your final 2-1. Got a pretty scene here.
this is where it goes beyond the field. You can't do that.
The game is done.
You gain nothing from doing it.
It is unfortunate.
Well, and then, you know, if coaching kind of directs the vision of the team, it's no wonder they end up doing that. They play out of control.
Yeah, some St. John's players trying to corral and keep the coaches away from the refs. But
No, that's disgraceful.
some of them can see it. Absolutely upset. And understandably so. It's round of 16 playoff. You lose the game, you don't feel properly ref. A lot of cards. Thankfully, just not sure what the coach has in mind, but the players jumping over to stop it.
Well, that's an embarrassment.
Gotta calm them down. Valley coming over here to your side to appreciate their support. Yes, an unfortunate way to end this with the aggression and the emotions. Hopefully everyone is safe and will be okay as they go home.
Looks like he's taking his away from the
Needs a minute. Just to kind of wrap it up, the goals. Field goal was 63rd for St. John's, 69th for Ludovic, and 80th for Ludovic. The winner, 2-1 for shots. We had 3 shots for St. John's, one of those on goals. 7 for Napa Valley, 2 of those on goal. Both of those were goals. 4-1 in favor of Napa Valley corners, all in the second half. Fouls, I'll get to that in a second, as long as well as the yellow cards. But we'll just go this off here. In the first half, Napa Valley ran with a yellow in the 10th. The 12th, Ibanez, but don't think it was Ibanez. It may have been another player because he got a yellow in the second half, but did not get a red. Hernandez for St. John's with a red in the 22nd. Cruz in the 29th with a yellow. Sanchez, yellow in the 39th. 4 yellows, or 3 yellows and a red for St. John's in the first half. Napa Valley with 1. As far as the second half, Arroyo for Napa Valley with a yellow in the 47th. The 53rd, Vega with a yellow for Napa Valley. Hermosillo in the 55th with a yellow, and Descent turning to the red. That put St. John's down 2 men. The 71st minute, where Ibanez got his yellow, which I would think it was his second, but it probably was his first because he wasn't kicked out. St. John's and the coach in the same minute, as a result of that foul, gets a yellow and a second yellow for a red. He gets kicked out, and Roca for Napa Valley in the 78th gets a yellow, and then Cruz in the 82nd minute for St. John's gets a pair of yellows right after one another, and he gets kicked off. 3 players down. That the way St. John's ends this one. Whew. Wow,
Yeah.
Jim. I mean,
That's a lot to unpack.
how do you really explain or just wrap this up with all that would happen and what you saw entail, but just really unraveled onto the field?
Well, it was a physical match from the very beginning. And again, you'll find that some officials will let a lot of things go. There's a risk if you know that you've got a couple physical teams. No doubt, this crew has done its homework in terms of knowing what they're working with each squad. And they may elect to say, hey, we're going to try to keep this thing under control. And it might mean that in other instances where we might let things go, we're going to keep a rein on this and keep it tight. So if it gets just even the slightest bit out of control, emotions boil over, we're going to end up showing cards to try to keep that all in check. And unfortunately, throughout the match, and it was a well-played match throughout most of it.
Definitely.
And I wouldn't necessarily say I found too many of the foul calls of the very, really egregious variety. You're just talking hard, physical soccer. But you know, they say sometimes life is 10% what happens and 90% how you react to it. And I think that is where St. John's ended up in some trouble with that, because 11-on-8, it's hard to win a match that way.
I even forgot to mention, too, at the end even, there were even more cards, even 2 more cards that were given out at the end by the ref after the final whistle. So not only those that I already mentioned, but 17 fouls St. John's to 16 for Napa Valley. 33 fouls. That's just fouls. That includes some of those cards. But 5 cards in the first half. 9 given out in the second half. 14 cards given away in one match. Napa Valley does move on to the quarterfinals in their part of the bracket. So congrats to them. And they didn't get a red card, which is they were able to keep their cool and not go down, because that advantage helped them in the end. Ludovic scoring that second and that winner in the 80th minute, and they move on. So, wow. I mean, that didn't even go up to 11. That went up to 20, I think.
Yeah. It was a dramatic match. No question about it. And then after a scoreless stalemate in the first half, and you kind of have to know when you end up going down in terms of your numbers, you've got a lot of pitch to cover. And on the one hand, you could say it's to St. John's credit they managed to hang in there, and it ended up being a very close result. A lot of times you end up that far down, you end up in a blowout scenario. But they hung in there, played tough, and, would them being at full strength, would have it affected the outcome? You could probably say it might have, but nonetheless, as a matter of record, it is Napa Valley with the victory, and they get to move on.
Even down 2 men until the 80th, the 79th minute, 80th when Ludovic scored. Even down 2 men, they still were in it the whole way. They could have won it. St. John's could have won this one for sure, but emotions really got high.
Well, St. John's, both of these teams ended up with a heck of a season. Something that they can look back on, and to get to this deep in the playoff run is something pretty remarkable.
It is. Congrats, Napa Valley, again for moving on. We thank you for tuning in and watching this broadcast of the United Premier Soccer League. We, Danny Canada, Aaron Nelson, Jim McCoy, all part of a Table Rock Sports crew who covers Medford, Southern Oregon, the Rogue Valley, and even Eugene and Portland. And we get out to Bend, we get a lot. Follow us on YouTube and our TableRockSports.net. Subscribe to us. Also, you're on there as well. Follow UPSL and all they get. And click that bell, get notifications for Table Rock Sports and UPSL, as this will continue for Napa Valley and all the other teams involved. Again, have a wonderful Saturday afternoon, a wonderful weekend. We appreciate you.